Good morning, viewers. Good day to you. Welcome back. Glad you guys are here. We've got ourselves a Kia miniature peeper hauler van. I think it's a Sedona. Is that what we're looking at? Yep. Good old Kia Sedona right over here. Customer states grinding noise while driving. Now, we know grinding noises are never it's never a good thing. That means something has failed dramatically. Hopefully we have a wear item issue here, and we have no major concerns to have to deal with at approximately 213,107 miles on the odometer. Beginning engine starting sequence now. She's alive. Very good. Okay, what we're gonna do real quick, I'm gonna spin this around. We're pointing the wrong direction. We're gonna head out for a test drive. Depending on what we hear and what we find, we'll determine how long we go drive this thing. We're gonna go recreate the customer's concern. That way we can verify that what we are trying to repair is in fact the problem that they're here for. We're gonna bring her into the shop afterwards, do some inspecting on the lift, and see what we have to work with here. So stay tuned, because this is gonna be a very good video. Hey, check it out. Somebody at the Jiffy Lube makes oil change stickers like I do. 215,000 even, nice and simple. We don't need to add the last 3 digits on a sticker. I mean, we could round it off to the next 100, but 215 even is much better than 215 341 or 462 or 985. I like to round those to the nearest 500. Irrelevant to the video, just something that I noticed, and I figured I'd make mention of that because it's a clean look and it looks better when you print it out like that. And look what they did here. They even put the filter number, PZ520. Filter number and a nice clean rounded off mileage. Good job, Jiffy Lube. It's nice to see a little bit of diligence going into your job efforts. Whoever did that, I commend you, sir. I know why you did that, and I appreciate that. All right, let's get this thing spun around. We'll get it out on the road real quick, get some speed going, and see what this noise is all about. Parking lot's a little full again. It was crazy. We emptied this whole lot out last Friday, and now it is full again, super full again. And I've got other cars around the corner next to the tow trucks that are kind of overflowed. High volume, high rotation. Yes, victory achieved. Okay, gates open. Let's rock and roll. All right, we're not going that way. There's a choo-choo train rolling by. You see it right there? That's Tropicana moving some oranges around. Anyway, we're off. Rolling. I hear a wisping, ticking noise. It's like a ticka. So it's changing frequency with speed. So that's something that's rotating down there. Oh, there she is. Grinding from the left front. Okay, all right. Let's cut this left real quick. Do a U-ey through the neighborhood, and then we'll come on back and head into the shop. I think it's something down below in the suspension. Here, let's do one more. Let's do one loop around the block here. Let's get some speed. Road's clear. Ding. Yeah, I hear something grinding in there. We don't need to go much farther. We're gonna go ahead and do the 3-point U-turn behavior right here, right now. Back it up, checking the corner, checking that corner. We're good, nice and safe. Not gonna drive into a ditch. Ooh, I heard it grinding in reverse too. I'm thinking we've got a brake system failure or some excessive wear. It sounds like a metal brake pad backing plate grinding into a rotor. I know, nothing crazy, transmission's not falling out of it or anything, but oh yeah, that's a nasty grind. Oh, it's still doing it too, even off the pedal. Yeah, I think we just got some excessively worn out brakes. As I was saying, I realized that that may not be the most exciting of things ever, but we tend to do like vlog stuff on this type of channel, so I don't get to control what comes into the shop, and I don't get to control what that guy does over there. No, ooh, look at that thing. It's cool. Look at that little cart thing. I want that. No, don't need it. yeah, I don't get to control what comes in. So if we're gonna have another brake job, well, I mean, I can't help you. Sorry, it is what it is. You know, that's what we're doing today. Anyway, parking the auto real quick. Let's go get the gate closed. We like to keep the gate closed. Actually, kind of have to keep the gate closed here because there are impound vehicles in this lot. Not all of them, but some of them are impounds. And if anyone knows anything about impound vehicles, the person who owns said vehicle, or the spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend or significant other of the person that has an impound vehicle, they like to come in and get things out of the vehicles, or they like to think that when they get out of jail, I mean, their car was impounded after all, they think that when they get out of the jail they can just come and pick it up, not realizing that, you know, that stuff was impounded and it's not in their custody. Now, whether they can get it back or not is up to law enforcement, or it's up to if they owe a bill for the tow. You know, there's a lot of circumstances there. So because of that, we have to maintain a level of security on the premises. So when you guys are wondering why I have that gate there, number one, I don't have the gate there, but it is necessary for that gate to be there. Hope that clears that up. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and nose this thing in on our center rack right here. I'm gonna get her up in the air. Like I said, I think that noise is the left front. So we're gonna pull some wheels off. We're going to inspect some friction material. Right about there is good. And then we'll go from there. Parking the auto, powering down. So I'm thinking we've got enough heat cranked into the building. It's not super cold today, but it's a little chilly, so we just took the edge off. Okay, fast forwarding through the boring part of setting the rack up. Let's get this thing up in the air, and we'll pull those, we'll pull the wheels and take a gander at what we're working with here today. Now, since we're feeling that this is probably gonna end up being a quick slap some parts on here brake job, this is probably gonna be a pretty quick video, which is okay because, oh yeah, it's nasty, because my video has been running over an hour long for quite a long time. Now, I realize that many folks don't mind like 1 hour plus videos and everything, but there are also many that do. So I can actually appreciate something like this, because that means I get to offer something for the short form people as well. Now watch, this will end up being like an hour and 20 minutes anyway. I'm gonna try to avoid that, but you never know. I cannot predict the future. Let's pull that. Well, we need to put some tires on this one day too. Look at that. They're not horrible, but they're getting there. Definitely getting there. Anyway, there is our front brake rotor. That's pretty torn up. Not looking the greatest. Okay. Yeah, we see some pretty deep grooves worn into there. That pad is pretty much non-existent anymore. We see a backing plate, but there is no friction material behind said backing plate. So we're definitely going pads and rotors on this. Let's go get the other side pulled apart real quick and evaluate that one over there. We'll take a peek at the rears as well, and then we're gonna get these pistons compressed to make sure the calipers have not become hyperextended and stuck. Then we'll get the new parts slapped on. Let me get this stuff ordered as well. We'll get try to get some momentum going today. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep the roll cart rolling. 6-lug wheel removal. A lot of dry rot on these tires. Yep. Definitely need to put some tires. Uh oh, it's stuck. My nuts are stuck. Come here. Seriously? I had to tighten it up to break it free from the socket. Also, seriously? Hammer time. Oh. Mallet time, rather. Just reach around the backside of this with the dead blow. Did I get all the bolts out? Yeah. done that before. Taking all but one fastener off. They wondered why the part was stuck. Okay, this one's pretty close to metal on metal. It's been apart before because somebody had to drill out that set screw that holds this rotor on. Okay. Well, there. Like I said, we're gonna pull this caliper real quick. Like, ooh, look, there's a dirt dauber nest in here. I found the presence of creatures. I wonder if anybody's home. No. No, of course not. They got cooked when this thing was breaking. Because if they were alive, they're no longer alive. So those are literally crispy critters. We have a crispy critter farm on IKEA. Ooh, hot rotor. And yeah, I put some warmth into those. So anyway, let's get this caliper off. We're gonna go, I think, a 13 mil 13, and the caliper bracket bolts feel like a 16. Okay. So I know I said 13 mils, but it's actually a 14 right here. Electronic unclick. Come here, caliper. What do we got here? Okay, this side did not run metal to metal, but the other one did. That right there. Yeah, those are still fairly decent. Let's lose the caliper bracket here. So real quick, let's make sure that these calipers are going to collapse like they should. We have to push the pistons in here. Flip that over and get it right here. Got this dual threaded piston compressor device right here. Better than channel locks. Ratchet these guys in and make sure that everybody's going to collapse well. Sometimes these will seize up. Oh yeah, they're going just fine. Good. Bottom that guy out. Right there. Reverse. Beautimous. Oh, I like it. So now, I'm going to hang this guy back up, we'll pull the bracket, and then move over to the other side, the damaged side, the nasty side. Alright, big old ratchet coming in, a long one. We're going to break these caliper brackets loose. That's going to be a 17, not a 16. So I incorrectly guesstimated both of those sizes, but I do that. It's like my thing. What I need to do is, every time I go to fetch a socket for a fastener, just get the next size up, and I'll be right every time. Unclicks. Okay. Good, slide pins are not frozen. This vehicle's from the Great White North of snow and salt and rust, and a lot of times you find stuff that's seized up due to the corrosion properties. Here, I'll make this easy on myself. Power tools. Sort of. It's more like power assist. They don't deliver a lot of torque. They can give you some horsepower. Okay, now let's get this, dig this set screw out of this rotor right here. Now, as we saw from this one over here, someone already had to like drill that out and break it off. We're not going to do that with this one. What I shall do is employ some impacts and some leverage. We can use our lever here on this tool, that Phillips bit, in order to give us some left turn action to break this loose. And I'll use my impact driver to make sure it happens. Watch it. Oh, I should have called loud noises, sorry. That right there will break the most stubborn of fasteners loose and prevent you from stripping out the Phillips end on this screw, like so. Beautiful. Now, where'd my hammer go? Tap. And one rotor removed. Nice, clean, nice surface there. I like that. Now, one thing I am going to do, if we take a look right there at that, that little metal blob, that is not sitting flush against this rotor hub face, or the hub face rather. And so what'll happen is if somebody one day takes this rotor back off and puts it back on and it's not aligned properly with those screws, that rotor's going to sit sideways. So I'm going to grind that down and polish it flush just to prevent things from going wrong in the future. Okay, so what we'll do, I'm going to go in there with these little grinding pads. This one is like an 80 grit sandpaper, or maybe a little more coarser than that. Then I could finish it off with a finer grit kind of polishing wheel. Now these are also abrasive, but this is metal, so I think it's fine. Continuing loud noises, these are pneumatically driven. That means they use air power. But we'll knock the big pieces off with the sandpaper first. So let's turn this so it's more manageable. Pry ratchet. That's a new one. Using pry ratchet right here. Leverage. Doesn't matter where it comes from. It all works the same. Safety squints, engage. There we go. Good. And just to make sure it's nice and shiny, we'll go with something more fine. And I can knock the rust off as well. That rust can cause run out in the surface, or the mating surface between the rotor and the hub, because the hub's not flat and the rotor will be flat, but if that rust does not go away, it can actually cause some run out, or warpage rather, and it'll make your brakes vibrate, and that would be bad. Here, let's get the parts that the Ziz wheel missed. More semi-abrasive polishing. The Velcro unvelcroed. I put too much torque on it and it's ruined. I've never broken Velcro before. Wow, it's like a new achievement right there. Okay, fortunately for me, this Velcro is serviceable. So let's peel that off, and I happen to have a new piece, and now I know I can't over torque this. It's funny how the Velcro let go before the adhesive did. Get out of here. Pocket screwdrivers. Fantastic tools. Here, we'll put that guy back on. Stick that guy back on. Trying again.
We're gonna go for speed, not so much torque here. The torque killed it.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and circumnavigate our Kia here. We'll go back to the driver's front and repeat procedure. Okay, impact gun, or air hammer rather. Impact driver, come back out. Let's knock these other two bolts out of here. Loud noises. That one was kind of in there. Got it, she's loose though. And this one, got it. finish it off with a manual driver. Set those aside, we reuse those. And I'll turn the wheel this way. We'll get some access to our hardware on this side and get the nasty side taken apart. 14 millimeters. 14s again. 14 guys out. Slides are good. That thing's wedged in there. See that?
Yeah.
Come out. There. Everything's a hammer. Let's compress these pistons. Yeah, we're going. Cool. Can't reach. Okay. The head was too big. It didn't fit. Here. Alright, now we're loose. See, this is not exactly straight on the that fastener. So breaking it loose with this was not going to work. But pulling the fastener out, that's fine. Why? I thought that was loose. Didn't I break that loose? Hang on. What have I done? Put that bolt back in so this doesn't flop out. Fail. Here. That's in there pretty good. There. Got him. Okay, brackets free. Mallet time. And there is our damaged nasty rotor right there. Okay, let's clean up this hub face. And then as soon as my new rotors arrive, we can get those guys put back together. We have nothing to grind here, just some stuff to polish. Too much torque, started ruining it again. Or it's just not a very good design. Yes. It's not gonna last much longer. Yep, and maybe once more. Ooh, let me go the other way. Nope, I ruined it. It's junk. Okay, yeah. I'll stick with the pneumatic stuff. Derusting achieved. Beautiful. Okay, parts guys were just here while I was grinding away. They brought me some goodies. Got a set of pads and oxygen sensors. Why do I have oxygen sensors? Lauren, they brought me oxygen sensors.
And I brought you coffee in your
coffee.
Great Man
Thank you.
Ray's cup.
Anyway, yeah, can you call the parts people back and ask them why I have oxygen sensors instead of brake rotors?
Sure can.
That's ridiculous. What?
Yeah, these don't look like brake rotors.
That's not a rotor. Hang on. Somebody messed up. This is not okay. Das is nicht gut. Why are we doing that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, call them real quick. Did we order brake rotors? Did we order O2 sensors? Hang on. Oh, you guys can't see that sensitive information.
We ordered, yes.
We ordered, there it is, I found it. We ordered brake rotors. What's that number on there? 98046 for Romeo Golf Sierra. Okay, what's the number on here? Not 98046 for Romeo Golf Sierra. Okay, so
yeah, they're completely off.
Yeah, somebody screw the pooch on that one. Yeah, can you call them? If they can't find the, well, I don't know what happened, but we need those rotors right now. So if
someone else has our rotors and they need our O2
well,
sensors,
I need the rotors, so I don't care if we have to go pick them up.
Okay.
But we need to get those rotors. That's not okay. My guy's waiting out here. It's embarrassing. Okie dokes, I'm on a parts hold for a minute, so I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Crisis averted. I have rotors. The guy had 2 rotors and he had 2 O2 sensors, and the papers were stacked on top of each other in his truck, and he just didn't notice what he did, which is okay. I mean, I guess you could do that. So anyway, I gave them back their brake O2 sensors, and they gave me my brake rotors. Shiny, rust-proofing, painted. Nice. Okay, let's take these. Here's my old one. We're gonna do some comparison, contrasting here. Make sure these are the right ones. We have 6 bolts. Those line up, and they measure out the same. Okay. These are the correct rotors. Let's get these guys installed. Goes right there. Perfect. These units have a bit of a oil coating on them for rust prevention. See that shiny right there, that liquid? That's all oil. You want to get that off of there so it does not embed in the brake pad. Give it some spray, bit of shiny action here. Rinse off all the rust prevention oil, rust preventative oil. Get some inside the grooves as well. These are vented for cooling purposes. Now we'll flip it, index it with our set screw holes. That way we can bolt it back on to specification. Shine it up. And tighten it down. We're not going to impact these in, we just tighten them down. Just hand tight, that's all we need. We don't need to use the tool and hammer them on to 1,000 foot-pounds, because that's really going to mess it up for the next guy. Clicks. Plus, it's not exactly necessary to make those super tight. All those really do is keep the rotor from falling off while we assemble things, and it prevents this from flopping around. Alrighty, now that we're back on track, Let's get our caliper bracket back into position. Now, the astute amongst you will notice that these shims on this bracket are not new. And that is because the pads did not come with a new set of shims. These are, we'll call them, they're moderately priced pads. They're not the cheapest available, but they're also not the most premium option. So I didn't get shims. It's just, it is what it is. But that's okay, because there are still shims here and we can reuse those. So it is of little consequence as long as you clean them up and get all the grease and whatnot off of them. Get some torque on these bolts. 1,000 foot-pounds. Click. Next one. There we go. Good. Brake pad, where are you? Okay, squealer indicator right here, that's our inboard pad. Slip that down in and up into the top. And the one without the indicator is our outboard pad. Click that guy in. Now, we can flip our caliper down, slide that over. Oh, grease. We need slide pin grease. Yeah, that's nasty. Let's wipe off all the old grease. Throw some new purple on there. This is one of the most critical parts of an actual brake job, is to make sure that your slide pins are clear and not seized and lubricated. People skip it all the time and it's horrible to skip that. This grease can get baked in there and it hardens and it will seize up this pin, and when you do that you can prematurely, or you will prematurely, damage things and wear things out, and that's never good. So then you gotta do it again. That costs time and money. Time is money. Because we get money for exchanging our time. Therefore our time is more valuable than money. Ooh, that should cook your noodle. Time is more valuable than money. Money is actually worthless. It's simply a measure of debt. Click. Double click. That's one side. Good to go. Recircumnavigating the Kia. Let's get the other side slapped back together. We'll get this thing back out on the road. Alright, let's get set up again over here. Let's get everything configured in the proper directions. We'll hang that rotor next, clean it off, and then slap the caliper and pads back in. So you may have noticed earlier when I mounted that rotor, I didn't talk about it, but see how I put that guy in backwards? I do that just for a decent platform to wash this off with. It's easier to spray the backside of these guys with the rotor inverted, or reversed rather. Inverted's upside down. But it's easier to do that reversed than it is to push on properly and then try to spray the backside, because that shield back there can block your efforts. But if you flip it around, it makes it more easier. Oh no! Run out of brake clean. Another. Brake clean. It's always gone. Like rum.
Why is the rum always gone?
Because it's delicious. There we go. Kickage. Now remember, we had to grind that one down. There is no screw going inside of this corner right here. Should not be an issue. It will not be an issue. It is of no matter. Next caliper coming in. It's been sprayed and wiped down. All of the shims are in position. So we just kind of get this guy hung up. Drop my bolt. Gravity. Gravitas. Slippery fingers, butcher fingers. One bolt coming in. Where's that other one at? Right shot. That guy around the back side here. There we go. We'll run them down with some battery powered electron mechanical rotations. Why did we do that? I didn't cross thread it. They're just really boogered up. Look at that. Yeah, those threads are fugly. I need to run a dye down those. It's not okay. These are pretty chewed up right there. All right. Well, that's kind of not what I expected to have to do today, but I guess we're gonna have to do it. So we're over here at the little miniature vise on my rolly cart, and I need to get this whoa, camera gravity. Hang on here, guys. I'm having equipment malfunctions. Lots of them. Not working. Anyway, what we'll do, we'll get this thing in the vise. I need to go fetch a dye. We're gonna run it down and clean these threads up. Be right back. Come on. Yeah, it looks like there's a bit of crusty rust action going on, and it has stopped up these threads. And then I started to really tear them to pieces when I tried to run them down. I did not see this coming, but it's fine. We'll clean it up. I'll run this dye down these threads, do some light machine work here. We'll clean it up real nice like, and then it'll go in, no problem. And if it doesn't, then we're gonna send it full on with an impact gun because cross thread. It's nature's Loctite. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, much more better. Yeah, there's a boogered up section right there. But I think this is gonna go in no problem. Cool. Okay, moment of truth. Let's swing her back around here. Get this thing in its home. Okay, that's still loose. Line it up. Okay, it's going in. This is good. All right. Come on, Ratchet. Don't fail me now. We're all watching. We went in farther. Full send. Okay. Okay, top one. Can't reach the top one. Crustomatic threads are not the best. Let's get this guy tight right here, and I'll check the bottom one manually to make sure those threads didn't lock up for some reason. And we didn't notice. That would be bad. That's tight. And this one, ooh, a little bit more. Cool. A little bit more. It's actually not that bad. It didn't bind as bad as it looked because this still feels pretty good. Let's back it out the other way. Yeah, it's turning, no problem. Okay, we're good here. I'm fine with this. No need to replace the bracket or the bolt. Re-click. Woo! See how fast things can go south? And my guy is waiting too. He's here. That would be bad. Tell him, hey, sorry man, you're gonna wait longer. We have to get a caliper bracket. Okay, I was gonna blame it on the dirt daubers. They put extra material in the threads and stripped it out on the way out. It was the dirt dauber's fault. Blame it on the insects. Oh, where are my 14s? Ruh-roh. Oh, right in front of me, got them. They were on the table next to the lug nuts that I did not notice. One thing when putting calipers on, make sure you don't twist your caliper in a loop-de-loop somehow. It'll put a knot in the hose and kink it or bend it. and possibly cause one to break it. Oh, dang. I was just so focused on making sure those caliper brackets were right, I forgot to lube the pins. No matter, I caught myself. See, we all make mistakes. It's how you deal with them that matters. Own up to them. Take responsibility for it. Correct it. Learn. Move on. If you don't do those things, then you lack accountability. And having no accountability is not going to work out long term, in my estimation. I mean, I know people that skate through life having never taken responsibility for their actions, but they also drink 2 bottles of wine every day and live at home with their parents and don't do anything. That's not good. Not good at all. I mean, that's not a specific person that I know, but I do know people like that, you know what? The heck with it. Yeah, I know people that don't do anything with their lives. They have failed. I was having that conversation with Cliff Notes last night, actually, about folks that you knew years ago that you run into years later, and then you find out that they're doing really poorly in life. Like, they're not well. Like, things are not okay. And it's horrible to find that, because we all came from the same peer group, and a lot of us did just fine, but then some of us they just didn't make it as adults, and it's awkward and it's not comfortable, and I wished folks had made better choices. But again, hold yourselves accountable. If there's something going on in your world that you don't like, do something about it. I'm not talking to a specific person here. This is just in general, and it probably applies to everyone. We can all improve. Every one of us can improve. So if you're not happy with your station in the world, do something to change it. You have the power. Nobody else is in control of your life except for you. Unless you've relinquished control of your life to someone else, and in which case you need to get that back, because nobody's gonna look out for number one the way that number one looks out for number one. They might say that they're going to, but they're not. That's just not how it works. It's not in our nature as a species. Another number 6 right there. Let me fetch a torque stick. We're gonna run these guys down, get the rear ones tight, get the left front tight, and then we get this thing on the ground and on its way. We're about 40% overdue on our time frame. All right, rapid re-clicks coming in. Torque limiting stick. It's not an extension. It prevents this gun from delivering excessive torque to those lug nuts.
Like you're rounding the bend.
Getting there. All right, coming down. Wheels are bolted back on. Let's let it down. I'll final torque wrench it, and then go out and hit the Road. Coming down. All right, squeezing in. We've got the air pressure set up. We've got lug nut torque set up. Let's pump up our pedal. Remember, we collapsed the pistons on those calipers, so that means that the pistons are not fully contacting the pads yet, which means the pads are not fully contacting the rotors yet. If you don't pump that up, what will happen is that you go to back the thing out and you hit the brake pedal and it goes straight to the floor. You'll have no brake activity, and that's not okay. Pump it up, good to go. Let me back up some. Oh, you know, we have a little warning light right there for some washer fluid. I'm gonna refill that real quick. Got a gallon of it right there. It's the blue water. Here, popping the hood. Bet you didn't think we were gonna do that in this video, did you? Let me repark it. I should have noticed that when I checked the fluid level, but I did not. Brake fluid level, I mean. But I didn't. Refill the blue water. That should turn off at least one indicator. And it's just blue water. Complimentary service. Need more blue and more water. It's not two-stroke oil, so don't dump it in your engine. There we go, some concentrated action. You know they sell this stuff, this washer fluid, in the parts stores. It's like $9 a gallon, and all that it is some concentrate, super concentrate. I think it's like methanol that they use on these. Biodegradable, sure. Well, it used to be metha something.
Stay out of my territory.
Anyway, you can buy those for like $12, and then water is nearly free $99. So don't buy these by the gallons in the store. Make your own. Like you buy one just to get the gallon, and then get concentrate and just use that. It's kind of awkward. There's 100,000 dudes all hanging out in the same bathroom. That's a little weird. Let's get out of here. There's too many dudes in one bathroom. Can't do that. Because bathrooms are nasty. We clean ours and it's still nasty because it's a shop bathroom. It happens when you wash your hands and all the like splishy splashes fly everywhere. You get car grease dirt splashing on everything. Oh, cool, got it. I was afraid we were gonna take more than 2 gallons. Anyway, washy fluid is refilled. That's good. Goodbye, Kia V6 3800. Okay, one more test drive and we're out of here. Awesome. The low washer fluid light is off. TPMS one is on, but my fellow said that he's aware of some TPMS issues with this car, so that is of no matter. Okay, I'm braking. The pedal is responsive. This is good. We want to make sure it's all working before we gain some speed. But we're pretty much going to do our normal test drive here. We're going to go around the block, up and over the bridge, get some heat into these brakes, burnish them in, mate the surfaces together, and then this thing will be good to go. Now what I meant by burnishing, there's a procedure there, is what we need to do is we want to apply friction to the brake rotors. And what that's gonna do is gonna knock down and fill up the little microscopic peaks and valleys in the rotor surface and in the pad surface. And it's basically going to bind those two surfaces, or mate them together rather. That way you get as much contact area as possible out of your friction material, because brakes rely on friction. So as we do that, we're just gonna roll along and apply very light pedal pressure. We're not gonna drive real fast and then jam on the brakes real quick. We're just gonna apply brakes very lightly and let the pieces turn within each other and then bed together. Well, I should have said turn against each other, or let the rotor turn against the pads. There we go. Words. Anyway, rolling along. And a little bit of light braking. I'm still on the brakes. I'm 2-foot driving it. Just a little bit of pressure. Letting off, accelerating, a little bit of pressure. Still keeping some throttle. A little bit more pressure, not very much. We're still moving, good. If we have to stop, I'm gonna make sure I throw it in neutral and take my brake or foot off the brake pedal. During the burnishing procedure, we don't want to have the pads and the rotors stationary and pressing together, because what that can actually do is embed pad material onto the rotor, and it'll cause a vibration, which would not be okay. So I'm applying a little bit of light pedal pressure right here. Nothing too wild. Letting off, speeding up. Top of the bridge, a little bit of light pressure. I'm still holding some throttle, so I'm effectively riding the brakes a little bit. Off the throttle. heavier on the pressure, heavier, heavier, heavier. But a nice, very smooth stop. Now we're here at this red light. I'm gonna click her in neutral, and I am now foot off the brake for the time being. When we get green light activity, again, I'm gonna do a flippy U-ey right here, go back up and over the bridge. Good to go. Back up and over the bridge, and do another extended light pressure brake event. So we're going full steam on the way up. There's no traffic. No one's coming up behind us. Full steam. 88 miles per hour. Here we go. A little bit of light pedal pressure. And I'm maintaining some throttle, about 20% throttle, just to keep us moving. Again, we just want those rotors to rub on the pads as much as possible with light pressure. You know what? Green light. We're gonna keep going a little bit and hit this one more time. I usually don't go this direction. I wonder if I have a turnaround up here, if I've got to hit the other bridge. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go over the bridge again. There's another bridge over here. Light braking, here we go. Braking, braking, braking. Re-accelerating. Hello, Brayton town. Coming up into downtown right here. Now, normally, like in rush hour time, this would have been a mistake, but since it is not even lunchtime yet, we're good. There's the other Tropicana train tracks. So what I'm gonna do, I think we're gonna swerve across 13 lanes of traffic here. Checking mirrors, we're gonna make a right, head back to the shop. These brakes are feeling very good. I believe they are burnished in at this point. What's that beeping? Oh, it's telling me there's a school nearby and 90 feet on the GPS thing. Yeah, school's like, I think it's over there. Well, all right, everybody, this thing's good to go. I feel no vibrations, I hear no noises. We've gone through the brake burnishing procedure, so I do believe that these components are now bedded into each other. Since we've had a series of very light pressure stops, I'm gonna finish this off with one more heavy stop coming up to this red light right here, again at Tropicana. We're kind of doing like a pretzel-shaped figure eight around the facility here. Yeah, a little bit heavier of a stop, and we can get into it more heavily as they wear into each other. I hate pulling out in front of trucks. I'm not even gonna do it. I'm just gonna wait for him to go. I don't like doing that. You never know. Just don't get into the habit of pulling out in front of trucks. They can't stop. You can. It could save your life. Oh, another thing, don't pass trucks and then make a turn immediately afterwards either. That's not okay. It's horrible. Don't do that. So all right, everybody, I think we're good to go here. I have nothing more to offer you on this particular video. I hope it was as short like I had mentioned earlier. I'd like to keep this down maybe at like 37 minutes or something like that. Under 40 would be ideal. Half hour would be great, and 25 minutes would be an editing miracle considering the way my content's been working out lately. So anyway, let me know what you think about this situation in the comment section down below. Do not forget to tap that like button while you're down there, and most importantly, have yourselves a fantastic day. See you guys later. Thank you for watching this video. In a day, in a video, in a transmission, in a Kia.